Hi everybody and welcome to day 19. We literally just talked about this as well. Now this was a lovely lady who came to see myself, obviously having some difficulty. Now there's a little bit of a kind of a backstory with this one. The lady came to us basically out of desperation, saw us online, has been to two other places basically, and they've just really struggled getting this out. And I'm not surprised, to be fair, because I thought this was look at the consistency of this. I thought, oh, it should be nice and easy to come out, and I'm not sure why anyone's had any difficulty taking this out. But
what is it? It's just sticky?
A bit of a flinch there. Yeah, it's sticky. The positioning, I think, is quite tricky, and it's a lot of skin as well.
It looks like is that a thin layer going over the top?
Yeah, so I was just going to say, I think that's kind of partly to do with what's causing the problem.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping.
It's a nervous patient, but it looks right.
Yeah, you can see there's a lot of flinching, a lot of movements. I'm thinking, oh, this is probably why we've had difficulty getting this out. So I've popped a little bit of oil in. So we're just hoping that's going to change the consistency enough for me to get a better grip with the suction. So that should kind of bring it out a bit easier.
Would be nice if we could just sort of clamp on the front. And it almost looks like it would just go.
Yeah, that's what I would love anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna touch up against the surface. Kind of, you're kind of trying to put the patient at ease as well at this, but yeah.
Blinking oil.
Yeah, no, I know. We'd always talk to the patients anyway during the appointment, not kind of when we're in the ear, but when we're not in the ear, we do like kind of talk in between just to try and put the patient at a little bit more ease, especially if they're really nervous.
Talkthesia.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna manage to kind of did what I was hoping it wasn't going to do. I was kind of hoping that was all going to come away in one go.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought it might do, just all peel off. So I had a gent in yesterday, and he was a lovely, lovely guy. And he was a really interesting guy to talk to, but he talked the entire way through the wax removal. You know, when you kind of, you sort of, I'm almost at the spot, and he'd say something, and then you were like, oh, hang on a minute, we're off again. It's like a moving target. We got it all out there. So I didn't want to say that. Shh. Just be quiet now, because he was a really interesting guy to talk to. He was quite a fascinating bloke.
Oh, you can see that little lip at the end, it's starting to move a little bit.
So it's almost like I might be wrong, but it's almost like a layer of dry skin. There's kind of this almost like a thimble over the ear canal and the eardrum, and then you've got this kind of crumbly wax skin mixture. It's almost like a bowl, and that's in the middle of the bowl.
That's in the centre,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much nailed down the head there, but.
Oh, I can see why they had difficulty with this.
It's a weird consistency because there's parts of it that are really soft, and then there's parts of it that are quite tough. As in trying to get this to move. So here we go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oosh.
Look at that, Taylor Green.
We got there.
That's nice.
I think it was both sides. There's another little bit that's left there, look. And that looks like it should start peeling away as soon as I get a little grip on that.
I bet they were hearing better after that though. Because that was so...
Straight away.
Stuck to the drum, wasn't it? It's all that top bit there. You don't like that top right corner anyway, do you? But that's going to be an awkward bit to get off.
I think it comes away okay. Yeah, look at that peeling away.
That's what you want, Taylor Green. Look at that. Look at that.
It came straight out there. Oh, just pulled it all forwards.
I don't know where the window clear. There's a good way right next door to the window.
Oh, is that
I think I just heard the window. I apologise to be like constantly going past as the window clear outside. Oh.
Yeah, you got a tiny little bit now. It's a bit of an awkward bit of an awkward bit to get. So because the patient's quite nervous,
Yeah.
I was just going to say I think I left that little bit there, but this is
my word. Was this the worst one? Look at that.
Yeah, I think it was partly both, but this one especially, the patient said they had a lot more difficulty with.
Right.
And you can see why. It's pretty solid, this one. When I looked at it, I thought, oh.
If they weren't so nervous, you would like a little hook just as it gets to that upright, and then pull. I imagine that it would just do that, would it?
I was kind of hoping I'd start getting this
Bit of
peeling
peel.
away, so I can at least take the sides away and then just draw it straight out. Because again, you've probably seen it on some of our videos where we've seen something similar to this, where kind of what I'm doing now, we'd get a grip on that flat bit in the centre, and it's kind of loose enough to just pull straight forwards. But this is not. It's not really doing it.
There's no give in that at all, is there? And as you said, it's hanging on to those side walls, isn't it? So it's not. It's just not really giving at all.
No.
So I saw I don't really watch a lot of wax removal, believe it or not, guys. But I don't really watch a lot of wax removals. And but when I'm uploading to things like TikTok and stuff like that, it kind of feeds you stuff as you're doing the upload. So you haven't got really much of a choice. You've got to watch it. And oh my goodness, I was watching a guy the other day. I couldn't tell you because I had one name or channel. I took a polyp out of somebody, just as we are, but he took a polyp out of somebody's ears. Oh my, the bleeding.
I was going to say.
The canal just filled with blood. I mean, filled with blood. And he's sucking it all out. And I'm thinking, oh my word. Did you read? I don't know whether he meant to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. Can you imagine seeing that and you think,
Oh,
what?
well, he was voicing over, quite happy that he'd done it.
Oh, right.
And I was like, I wouldn't have done that personally, but...
Especially with blood thinners.
Do you know what? Yeah, exactly. And there was a big recess then over the eardrum as well. And I was like, I'm sure he's perforated the eardrum. It hadn't, but oh my goodness me. It showed the tank after, and the tank was just bright red and full of blood. I was like, oh my word. You've got to be really careful with that. If you've got a bleeder...
Oh gosh, yeah.
Sorry, I talked right over you.
No, it's a long one anyway. So.
Yeah, you should be really going, for something like that, that's a hospital appointment.
Yeah.
To remove something like that, that's, just because you can do something doesn't really mean you should do something. Do you know what I mean? It's mental, man.
Yeah, we just see them occasionally, don't we? But we tend to refer.
Yes.
For them, because they're in the right place there.
Yeah.
That's the word. It's the last thing you want is someone to, to have like an accidental bleed or even if you do it on purpose, but not on purpose, but you know what I mean. If something
intentionally.
Yeah, if something comes away and starts bleeding quite a lot. What is it? I think it's if it bleeds for more than 5 minutes, is it? You've got to send them to
Oh,
basically.
this person said, I just let them sit in the waiting room for 15 minutes and then going back in and suctioned again. I was like, and then even when they went back in and suctioned again, you could see there was still an active bleed.
Oh, gosh.
I was like, oh, dude. Eesh.
Rather you than me anyway.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, they might have been in the ENT in the clinic, something like that. I don't know the backstory for it. It was just a video that popped up, but I was sitting with the video, kind of squinting my eyes, looking at it going, whoa, really? No, don't do that.
Yeah, look how dry this is. It's we've started to get a little bit of a peel, but I think what's happening is it's just kind of unravelling from the centre.
Yeah.
You still got this really hard kind of like crust around the outer edge. We already have crusty hair. We already have put a little bit of oil in.
It looks messy beyond, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oof. Bit of an awkward kind of ear canal to work with as well.
I bet once you got all this out of it, you were like, yeah, I know nobody else could do it, but I am TLMTG. That was not a problem. It's like, all the day's work.
Easy.
They go out the room like, oh my God.
That's a crying.
Just rocking back, done again.
Just wave at the door. It was it's a really tricky one actually. It even though we sometimes you hate to see it when it's like this, when it's all I don't know at this point whether it is cotton buds or it's whether it's, you know, where they have recently gone, you know, elsewhere to try and get it removed.
Yeah.
And it's just caused that kind of, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure, but it does look like it's been here for a little while, to be fair.
Do you know what I really get frustrated with is when they I've been somewhere else, or not I've been, but they've been somewhere else, and they never leave you something to start with. They just take all the easy stuff.
Yeah.
I think, like, if we know we're getting somebody back, we'll always, I do, I don't know whether you do, I always leave like a little, I think, if I just leave that a little bit by there, next time they come in, I can work on that, and that's where we're going with it. Yeah. Yeah, it's when they take all the easy stuff and go, oh yeah, there's only a little bit left in this big thick chunk of wax with no gaps around it.
There we go. It's like it's kind of wobbling a little bit. You can see there's a little bit of movement there now. For the last couple of minutes, I think I've been trying to lift this bit near the entrance. Not this bit, but the bit that's just in front.
So had they oiled this at all? Was there any oil going in here at all, do you think?
If I can remember, I think the patient said they had, but it didn't look like they had, if that makes sense. It's not, I don't know.
That's a good, the resistance on that would indicate there's something behind it, or you're pulling down as well.
Yep. Kind of hovering at the entrance here now. There we go. Talking to me at the same time, trying to get in. Can't find the hole.
That's good, there we are. Well, he took a big chunk out, but for some reason it doesn't look like anything came away.
No, I know.
Oh no, that's nice. That peel is nice. That's going to get you somewhere now.
There's the eardrum. Look, the eardrum is just behind it.
That looks a lot cleaner than I thought it would, because it looked quite messy on that right-hand side.
You sometimes find if they have used quite a bit of oil as well, when you said about that mess behind, you get that like harder crust at the entrance, but then you get that really wet and horrible stuff that's behind.
Where it's all just sat behind it and softened it. Yeah, you do. Oh, nice, Taylor Green, nice.
Bit of a wiggle. There we are. There's a nice piece. I'm shooting away with these. I thought I was getting better. These.
Well, this, in fairness to you, this might have been an old one.
Probably.
You went through a bit of a excited phase. We were just whipping them out the ears, and
There it is. So yeah, patient's already hearing so much better, but we've still got this really sort of dry bit at the bottom of the ear canal. I can't really leave this in there, to be fair. It's too thick. Sometimes
they get this almost like a degradation of the skin underneath as well, don't they? With this, almost where you can see it there.
It's almost like it kind of dips tiny bit.
It's almost like the start of a canal remodeling, almost. Luckily though, if you catch them early enough, it will go back to normal, won't it, pretty quickly, but my goodness me.
Pretty tough on this one.
Yeah. We told you Waxvent was good this year, didn't we?
Yeah, we had some decent ones.
We've had some chunky ones, Waxvent this year. I've got a couple of good paediatric ones coming up soon, and there's one video with 2 mastoid cavities that came in on the same day as well.
Oh, you were saying it,
That's coming up as well soon. I think that's in the 20s, I think, guys. But it's on its way. It's on its way. Yeah, because we're 2/3 of the way through now. No, we're not. Oh, I do this every time. It's 18 now, and now 16. So you know what? I'm going to go away. I'm going to redo my GCSE maths. I can't. I've been working with fractures, my son as well, recently. Oh my gosh!
Come back after Christmas. So, I got an A. Oh, look at this peeling away.
That is a chunky old bit of skin, isn't it?
Have you counted how many mince pies you've had so far?
Oh, I don't. Honestly, I jumped on the scales the other day. I was like, you having a laugh. And I did really well. I lost about 2 stone. I think I put about 1 stone back on now.
2 stone, have you?
I did do, yeah. Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Not anymore, but I did lose 2
stone.
I put stone back up, so we lost a stone now. But yeah, I'm not doing it in New Year because everyone breaks New Year's resolutions. But yeah, my New Year is to be healthy in mind and body, I think, for the New Year. That's the way.
Don't really have any resolutions. I'm just going to continue doing what I am doing.
Well, you were smashing it though, but you were that like a stupid o'clock in the morning, spin classes and things.
I was supposed to go this morning, but I slept through.
Fair enough.
Slept through and I missed it.
I couldn't. I used to be able to get up. I used to love an early morning swim, but in the winter, just the thought of being out in the cold, then being wet and getting back in your car and being freezing cold.
This time of year is difficult because it's pitch black when you're leaving in the morning, and that's horrible.
Need to get my mojo back, I do, Taylor Green.
It's nice when the sun is coming up.
Yeah.
And everything's all lit up and it's nice and warm, and here we go. But no.
Like a Disney princess going to birds coming down.
Skip into my car. Whistle while you work.
Yeah, that's the way.
God, look at this.
I think that could very easily have turned into, well, even if it hasn't already turned into a canal remodel.
Yeah.
Oh, my word, that's hanging. It's just 4 seconds.
Yeah, do I do it? Yeah, there we go.
See, like, I know you too well, Taylor Green, know you too well.
Oh. Just trying to see how deep it is.
Oh, that really kind of sluffy skin underneath as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So obviously, looking at that, that's been in there a long old time for it to cause that kind of issue as far as that skin is concerned.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I believe I would have referred this patient anyway, just to get this looked at, just to rule out any other issue that might be sort of underlying. But it's always really awkward when you see these kind of like remodeling, and because again, it's in some cases you don't know whether it's like the start of a cholesteatoma or whether it's keratosis obturans, or whether it's just where the pressure has been caused from the wax has been there, or the keratin and the wax has been there for a long time. But
the thing is, you've got a nervous patient as well, so when you're peeling stuff like this off, it's not painful, but it's a bit uncomfortable when it's coming away.
I mean, it's looking a lot better than what it was, but
I would have left it there as well.
It's a bit messy, but like you said, we've had a nervous patient. She's done really well in that side, to be fair, because if she was flinching on the other side, that would have been quite not uncomfortable. But we've advised. I think I advised. I can't remember if it was 3 or 6 months.
Yeah.
I would have advised a follow up sort of in a couple of months' time, just to check it over again. Give time to use a little bit of oil, just to get the patient back and clear up those last little bits if they haven't have already shifted by the time we see her again. But,
2.5 inches, 6 centimeters.
I'm glad you've seen it.
I got your back, Taylor Green. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching our Waxvent video today. We hope you're enjoying it as much as me and Taylor are voicing these over. If you do enjoy it, you can always like, follow, heart, subscribe. I did all that in the wrong order. Like, share, heart, follow, subscribe. There you go. If you really, really enjoy the videos, you can also consider becoming members of the channel as well. But in the meantime, guys, myself and lovely Miss Taylor Green will see you for day 19 of Waxvent. We're coming to the end now, guys. We're getting there. Yes. Close. Good one for Christmas Eve as well, guys. Long one for me and Taylor, the voiceover on Christmas Eve. So we'll catch up with you real soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.